Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about why are you losing hair and how to fix it. So dear friends, आज का टॉपिक है आपके बाल क्यों जा रहे हैं, क्यों झड़ रहे हैं, क्यों पतले हो रहे हैं और आप क्या कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में. Okay? So number one dear, depends on age groups and problems, you know. If you are a female, maybe if you have heavy periods, heavy menses, you might be losing a lot of blood, your hemoglobin may be less. So consult your doctor. If it's pale, your fingers are pale, you know. So you have to find out that is it the hemoglobin low, which carries oxygen, because of which your hair is losing, mostly for females. Number two, of course, you want to do cigarettes and tobacco, vasoconstriction, oxygenation to the blood, oxygenation to the hair follicle, double papilla is reduced. Okay, so stop smoking, stop tobacco, reduce it. Very bad for your hair, and of course for the whole health. Then, if you are thyroid, like family में thyroid है, you know, you're putting on weight, you have a little cholesterol, you have dry skin, you're losing your hair, you're sleeping too much, little depression. So these are signs and symptoms of thyroid. So check out your thyroid levels, that is free T3, free T4, ultra-sensitive TSH, or anti-thyroid antibodies. You could be borderline thyroid. T3 as such may be normal. So consult your MD physician and find it out. So thyroid, some patients, right? Then happens is if you're PCOD, if you're a female, like you have a cyst in the ovary, they give rise to testosterone, DHTs, and they may damage your hairs. So very important. Metabolic, if you're diabetic, if you're pre-diabetic, if you have insulin resistance, you know, go to a good doctor because you may not be diabetic right now, but you could be pre-diabetic or you might have some other issues. So what you do is, insulin resistance is something your MD physician will find out. So be careful. If you're insulin resistance, you might lose hair. So correct it. These were some medical causes. Of course, if you have too much dandruff, you can correct it. If you have so many boils all over, you can correct it. If you're not eating on time, you know, a plant is there. You have to give him, you know, nutrition and water throughout the day, twice a day. But if you don't give it, it will become thin and fall off. So like an intelligent gardener, on seeing a plant which is withering or, you know, going down, it nourishes the root. A gardener, on seeing a problem in a leaf or problem in the hair, will nourish the root so that the all-knowing sap manifests into a wholesome tree. Similarly, a good doctor will find the root cause of your hair loss. Okay, so few I just discussed with you. Nutrition. We all are vegetarians mostly, so our intake of protein is pretty less, around 20-25 grams a day. We need 100 plus at least. So you need to increase. Soya protein isolates a natural protein. Okay, and there are other protein sources for vegetarian. So increase your protein into the diet. We live in big cities, concretized cities, you know, so we need to have some supplements. All of our deficiency in vitamin D3, vitamin B12. So check it out. If you're deficient, please take it back. Antioxidant. All of us, unfortunately, has to take some supplements if you're living in cities. So consult your doctor. Vitamin D3 and B12, I already told you. You can also consult a doctor absolutely free of cost. They will give you white and nutrient prescription. What are the supplements for great hair? They will give you serums for the hair. They will diagnose your hemoglobin, PCOD, hypothyroid, other issues. Absolutely free. We don't charge for hair loss sufferers. We only charge to the baldies when they come for the transplant. So any problem with the hair, any medical condition, any problem, it's absolutely free for anyone in the world. So do WhatsApp to our doctors below. They will guide you sitting at your home. You don't have to pay anybody anything. You don't have to unnecessarily buy wrong products online or, you know, just for a small prescription. We are just sharing our knowledge. We are not spending anything on you. Okay. Now, so this were some medical reasons for hair loss. Of course, if you have a scarring alopecia, psoriasis, alopecia areata, you know, something different, you have to show to your dermatologist. So these were some physiological conditions which can give rise to your hair loss. Of course, lifestyle, not eating on time, sometimes we'll be using too much chemical treatments, they can damage your hair. Like a lot of people, you know, they pull their hair and make ponytails, that is traction alopecia, especially the people who are, you know, especially this you see on the black or the African patients, you know, especially the females, they have a special hairline designs and they pull their hair. It's called traction alopecia. The sick population, they pull their hair for the beard, for the pagdi, they pull their hair. So because of continuous pulling, the hair comes out. So that's called traction alopecia. Now the real thing with the 90% plus patients is the genetics. If your father, grandfather, uncles, maternal side, paternal side, anybody having baldness, there's a very high chances that you can become bald. Sometimes we'll say, nobody's bald. So you had that gene, it didn't express. You see, Alia and Ranbir's beautiful daughter, she has an eyes like Raj Kapoor, but nobody in near family of Ranbir, Rishi Kapoor ji, and from Alia has those eyes. So that gene was there, not expressed. So sometimes a gene must be there and it can express. And especially with today's lifestyle, it expresses more. Okay. So genetic is the major reason. Okay. You are not at fault. Okay. It's the genetics. Okay. Your mother cannot change your father now. Okay. And we all love our father. So let it be. So it is genetics. So genetics means it is called androgenetic alopecia, the baldness. Genetic, okay? Androgenetic. Androgen means male hormones. So we all have testosterone comes out, free testosterone, and there is some enzyme here. Then it becomes DHT. So there is an enzyme which converts this testosterone to DHT. Now this DHT is dangerous. See, when DHT is here, it grows here. But when DHT is here in this area where you tend to become bald, there's some genetic changes happen in the receptors. And that's why it's going to inflame it, thin it, and make the hair vanish. So testosterone related hair loss, genetic related hair loss is the most common. For this, your doctor is going to give you a tablet if you're 20-year-old to 40-year-old. Around 40, 45, this genetic component vanishes, switches off. So you have to maintain your hair till 20 to 40 only. After that, mostly you will be free of this hair loss unless you have some other issues or senile issues. Okay. So 20 to 40 is the of time, the dangerous time. So that is the time if you take this medication early. Some people think about its side effect. It doesn't have side effect for everyone. It have for 3 to 4% patients. And if you stop the medication, then there's no side effect. You can use topical also. Very less will go inside your blood. So consult your doctor. He'll prescribe you a medicine to counter this genetic component. If you don't take this medicine, the problem is you will lose a lot of hair. So prevent the baldness before it comes. Avoid the danger before it comes. A good doctor will tell you the pros and cons of the medicine. When you need to increase blood supply, if you're getting bald, the body says there's nothing there. Why should I give so much nutrition blood supply? To increase in the blood supply, there are certain serums, of the 4-5 serums. They come in combination also. So once the blood supply increases, the blood vessels dilate, new blood vessels come, oxygenation comes, nutrition comes, then automatically this area becomes more fertile and the hair becomes much, much better. Sometimes you may think if we stop that, the hair will go. But my dear, I'm sorry. We brush the teeth regularly. We have to take bath. If I do exercise, I'm fine. If I don't do, I'm gone. I have to, iron this shirt. So everything needs maintenance. The mobile you're watching on needs maintenance. The mic needs maintenance. There's nothing on earth which doesn't need maintenance. So at least till 40 years old, you have to put some serum. If you do nothing, I'm sorry, you might lose a lot of hair. Okay. So please get back your supplements, vitamin D3, B12, get back to your serums, get back to your tablet. We have seen those patients who use this, majority of them can save their hair. Of course, even after that, some really will lose hair. And a lot of people, they need to stop the serums after 2, 3, 6 months. Not a great idea. And remember, the serums first 2, 3 months, hair may fall, and then the hair will come. So don't worry about first 2, 3 months. A good doctor will guide you. Take my word. Good supplement, good serums, good tablet. You can really stop your hair loss. Why come to us for hair transplant? Okay, first you do this. I'm openly telling you, right? See, we are now 56. We are enjoying a life. We used to do 10, 15 surgeries a day. Now 1 or 2 surgeries are fine with us. So we don't mind if you don't become bald, right? But if you become bald, then you have to come us to me or any of my friends. So, and another reason, let me tell you, very few people know it, is the role of stem cells in hair loss. Okay. So if this is your hair, okay, so at the center part of it, there are stem cells. At the base of the hair root is also stem cell, mesenchymal stem cells, epithelial stem cells. So normally, my dear friend, these two stem cells talk to each other and create a hair follicle. Okay. As science, now we also know what do they talk. Okay. What can stimulate them to create better hair follicle, the anagen. What can downgrade them to go to a telogen or resting hair follicle. Now the science have found out. Okay. So this is, the hair is colorless. आप बोलते हो ना बाल सफ़ेद हो गए, my hair has become white. Hair is originally white only, colorless. Okay. It is the pigment, melanocyte stem cells, which give color to the hair. Okay. Now what happens if you are stressed out? Cortisol, stress hormones are circulating in your blood. They will reach here. The hair, in normal scalp, 100 to 150,000 hair follicles are there. 50,000 to 75,000 hair grafts are there. It needs a lot of calories, a lot of energy, hair follicle. Its metabolic rate is very, very high. So once the signal goes ki cortisol is high in the blood, the hair follicle gets a signal ki we are in stress, we are unable to supply you your energy or calories you need. So please go to a resting phase. We'll get back to you in the growing phase later. That's the signal they get. So as soon as you have a typhoid, dengue, some stress, 3 months later you will see my hair is falling, right? Because it's getting a signal to shut off. We don't have, because you're not important for life. Right now we are stressed out. So stem cell related hair loss is the most important hair loss after genetics. This not a lot of people know. So the whole science is developing. There are only two holes in the skin and hair. One is sweat gland, जहाँ से पसीना आता है. Another one is pilosebaceous unit, the hair follicle. Only two spaces where things can go inside. Otherwise, this whole skin is closed. Nothing can go. Otherwise, you put water, it should swell up. No. So now the whole, if you do PRP, PRF, GFC, a lot of things, red cell and so much. So nowadays, new products are being developed to stimulate these stem cells. They have gone into sleeping mode, dormancy. Okay, to stimulate. We are part of the international team in Berlin who had created world's first hair follicle long back in 2012 and 13. Okay, I'm one of the first doctor who has put somebody else's hair on my arm. Okay, 7 years back. So we are into research and development, scientific publications. We are in touch with the best in the world who are researching for hair loss. So our major passion is, before we leave Earth, I want to give hair follicle created in lab back to the society. Let's see. Japan is at the forefront, so we are in touch with top Japanese lab to do the needful. So my vision is, before I leave the earth, I be part of the team to create hair follicles, because 100 years down the line, hairs won't be there. All everybody is going to get hair from the lab only in the future. Okay, because the nature says we were in the jungles, we needed hair. Now you are in a concrete jungle, you don't need hair. The heights are reducing. You see 2021 your Olympics players, they are losing hair. Football sports players losing hair, right? So we had extra finger, no more there. So things are changing. Appendix were too big, now it's too small. So nature evolution happens. Now the evolution happening too fast because of so much changes. So don't worry. Why you're losing hair? One is the nature, you don't need hair. Okay, number two, the stem cells due to stress, genetics, androgenetic alopecia, some physiological conditions like hypothyroid, PCOD, diabetic, and hemoglobin low, some local scalp conditions like alopecia areata, dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, some psoriasis, right? And of course, your tobacco, your smoke, your bad lifestyle, loss of proteins for vegetarians. Okay, sleep on time, eat on time, flow with the nature. If you go against the nature, hair is just a small thing, it's a crown. So friends, we put some thoughts into some aspects of what is making you lose hair and what you can do about it. Don't get, आप फंस ना जाना इधर उधर के तेल वेल खरीदने में, इधर उधर के प्रोडक्ट खरीदने में. लोग ना नए नए उसी प्रोडक्ट को घुमा घुमा के नए नए नाम, they're going to make the same product and give new names and sell it to you because वो आपके खेल रहे हैं आपके इमोशन पे. आप परेशान हो, आपकी शादी होनी है, आप कैप लगाए हो, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस नीचे जा रहा है, आप रोज़ उधर देख रहे हो मिरर में, इसका फ़ायदा लोग उठाते हैं. ये कर लो, वो कर लो, ना ना ना. क्वालिफाइड डॉक्टर से मिलो भाई, एथिकल डॉक्टर से मिलो. हमारे यहाँ तो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट कुछ भी पूछ लो, ये प्रोडक्ट यूज़ करो कि नहीं, वो कुछ करो, ये प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है कि नहीं अच्छा है, हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हम अपनी जेन्युइन आपको हमारे डॉक्टर्स बता देंगे कि भाई ये लोग एडवर्टाइज़ हो रहे, कोई मैजिक प्रोडक्ट लग रहा है, ना ना, कि यार ये कोई तेल है या कोई ये सीरम है. सो हम बता देंगे वो कितना प्रूवन है. तो हमारी विंडोज़ खुली हैं हर हेयर लॉस सफ़रर के लिए, एब्सोल्युटली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. जो पूछना पूछ लो, कौन सा प्रोडक्ट यूज़ करें ना करें. ओके, और हमारा प्रिस्क्रिप्शन तो फ्री है. सो बी इन टच इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.